our King. Sing unto him a brand new song. Let the melodies rise, pure and strong. Lift up your voice, let praises ring to the mighty Lord, our King. Play with joy, play with might. Let the music shine so bright with a loud and glorious sound. Let his praises shake the ground. Play with joy, play with might. Let the music shine so bright with a loud and glorious sound. Let his praises shake the ground. Sing unto him a brand new song. Let the melodies rise, pure and strong. Lift up your voice, let praises ring to the mighty Lord, our King. Sing unto him a brand new song. Let the melodies rise, pure and strong. Lift up your voice, let praises ring to the mighty Lord, our King. Play with joy, play with might. Let the music shine so bright with a loud and glorious sound. Let his praises shake the ground. Play with joy, play with might. Let the music shine so bright with a loud and glorious sound. Let his praises shake the ground. Sing unto him a brand new song. Let the melodies rise, pure and strong. Lift up your voice, let praises ring to the mighty Lord, our King. Sing unto him a brand new song. Let the melodies rise, pure and strong. Lift up your voice, let praises ring to the mighty Lord, our King. Play with joy, play with might. Let the music shine so
Well, well. Think we're getting this right after all this time. Hi, it's Sam Tolbert. Turn out so light here. Sound of Joy Music Services. And as you can see, I've got some of the kinks from last week worked out. We figured out why our sound was not being mapped through the system. It was an ECAM setting, which I have never looked at. So now that we can share the sound from all the different sources that I have, it should go for a lot better stream. How is everyone doing? Here another Saturday here in the United States. We do have visitors who visit this channel from other parts of the world, and I'm always appreciative of those who come and think it not robbery to spend some time with us here. We're always looking to be an assistance to the church musician world, and I understand that there are more musicians who are not church who also visit the site, and you're welcome as well, because at the bottom line, it's all music, and that's the approach that I use. Everything I do is as a result of accepting the way that music is represented. There go me just fixing stuff again. I like to make things look presentable. There we go. Music is accepted universally, but I want musicians to grow into who they want to be musically versus just only playing one style of music. So every note, every chord, every technique that I share is applicable where needed in all various styles of music. Now, if you've been keeping up with the channel, as I'm waiting for others to come in, if you're keeping up with the channel, you see that I'm going in different areas of music creation, content creation for this channel. I realized that I can't be a one-trick pony. For the last, I guess, 19 years, since 2006, my coming on the YouTube platform, having a place to store the videos that I enjoyed making, to share with those around the church community. They've been one-sided in a sense. I kept the music 99, well, let's say 95% church related, because that was the audience that I was targeting. But I realized that that audience has other avenues that they can go to. So as our YouTube subscribership grows at the pace it's growing, I've seen other sites triple, quadruple what this site has been able to do in 19 years. And when I visit those sites, I see that they are in different avenues, which is why they can keep or grow, rather I should say, a much larger audience. So I am not experimenting, but I am expanding. If you watched, I would say the last 4 or 5 videos that I posted, you see now that I am investigating, not investing, but investigating the actual Suno site, and this idea of you can just put in a text prompt and have an entire song created. So I have done that as a trial, testing out for those who are in my era of gospel music. My era, I mean my age group. They don't believe that a computer, artificial intelligence can have the same soul that an actual human would have in music creation. So I took that on as a challenge. One of the gentlemen that brought that up is the senior musician like myself. I had him give me his favorite scripture, iron sharp as iron. I went to ChatGPT. I got the lyrics in less than a second from ChatGPT. Then I went to the Suno site and loaded in those lyrics, and I said, make it a 80s style gospel, was the prompt that I put in there. And when he heard the music, he said, I don't believe it sounds this good. How did you do that? I said, I didn't do anything but just put in a prompt. So now I've converted another older musician who felt that he can't be replaced. He was number one. Again, I'm just speaking while I'm waiting on those of you to come in. He was surprised that the artificial intelligent age we have can take just with iron sharp as iron, 2-3 words, create an entire song. And even when he read the lyrics, he says, well, that makes a lot of sense. I says, well, yes, A lot of work has been going into the mindset or the artificial mindset of a rational thinker, you might put it like that, that is drawing from all avenues of thought to give you this almost the same kind of response you would receive by taking a breath. Type in a response, take a breath, you got a full response, and it is fully, it gave him the verse, chorus, and a bridge, and he was shocked. Now, but I wasn't, because I've been using ChatGPT to assist me in song creation for projects that I wanted to be involved in. So now I'm not concerned with, gee, let me see, what kind of words can I put to this thought? No, now I go to ChatGPT. Here's my thought. Put the style in 4/4 timing. Don't worry about the melody. I'll figure that out. But give me words that speak to this theme. And in seconds, I'll have a whole set of lyrics. In fact, you heard that in the opening, if you were here for the opening. I forget the title that I had given ChatGPT, but it gave me the lyrics and I created the music. That saved me probably 4 or 5 days of deep thought, scratching here, scratching there, figuring out how can I make it pleasing. And I've done that probably on 10 songs already. Some you've heard that already on the channel, some that you haven't heard yet, because they're still in my phase of production where I think through melodies when given lyrics and a theme. But that is the world that we now find ourselves. It's like opening, as they say, Pandora's box. You won't be able to put the lid back on this. But then there was a conversation that I had with on my Facebook page talking about AI music creation. And the thought was, well, where do you think we're going to be in 4 to 5 years as this avenue of technology continues to grow? I said you could probably see churches getting rid of choirs and church musicians, because leaders will be able to speak into their phone what their message is going to be entailed, the scripture they're using, and ask for it to create a song that will coincide with their message with the singing in this style of music. Something that today's musician can't do, because they're waiting on the next song to come out from some artist. I've often said, no, the next song is in you. You've got the next song. You should be locally writing music where you are for the ministry that you currently find yourself in, or the ministry that surrounds you. Kind of a hard conversation that I've been having for the past few years, but now you've seen where technology is so relatable to just about any genre of music. People are creating YouTube channels of just AI, and they're getting the views I would like to be getting when I create a song and I use my limited version of an AI vocal software to create the melodies how I would like to hear them sung. I get these shorter views. They're using AI exclusively to create an entire genre of music and using video images to actually display that music, and they're getting tens of thousands of views. And I did air a site. I'm trying to find it in my history. I can't find it, but I always do a search to see how financially or how these sites, welcome Jeff, how these sites are being monetized. And I found one site, I think it was called Diva something, where they created a whole avatar, a what they call a virtual artist, and that site was is expected to gross $980,000 this year, and they were created in April of 2025. When I saw that, I said, okay, no way that I can compete with the technology or with the people who have mastered currently right now the virtual singer. But that doesn't mean I won't. That doesn't mean I won't. And then not just won't compete, but help you also to look past, excuse me, I scratched my nose, to look past what you've been doing and say, look to your future. I shouldn't have to be doing this. I should be watching the younger musicians doing this very same thing from a church music standpoint. And that's one thing I will say. I saw the sites that were saying you could take scripture and create a gospel song and get monetized. I went to those sites too. Some of them I heard, I said, that's popcorn. But then somebody said, well, okay, that sounds like our singers today, because the sound is matching the current music, the current style of gospel music that is being portrayed today. So there's a roadway that's made. There is an avenue. Give me a second. I've got to, let's see if I can do this. I don't want to stop what I'm doing. I want to stop my conversation, but I do want to change. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Sorry about that. Got an itch that I got to take care of. Let's see if I can bring this back now. Come back on. There we go. I didn't want to be disrespectful and watch you see me scratching my nose because I got an itch. But that's where we are. And again, I'm going through this so that I'm waiting for others to join the room. It's like we only have one viewing us. It's been 16 minutes in, so I may do some. No, I'm not doing any editing. The conversation is good. This podcast that I do is about to cover the whole gambit of what's going to be affecting the gospel music world. It's already affecting. I firmly believe that your songwriters of today are using AI to give them the lyrics for their songs, because the songs are coming out too fast. Again, I keep track on YouTube what's popular and what's trending in gospel music, and when I see so many songs coming out, somebody somewhere is taking advantage. It's a tool. All this AI stuff, it's a tool. If you refuse to use it because you want to be led of God with words, then you're going to watch others get in their Ferrari, you might say, and zoom so far past you and ahead of you, it'll make your head spin as to, well, I'm going to sing their song because I could never think of a song like that. And I'm just speaking third person. But really, they're using the tools that are available to them to be able to create music. No one wants to have this conversation with the church musician world. I have no problem having it because I'm all about technology. I've been about technology since I was a child. My father had his own TV repair business, and he had me come out there and help him fix television sets. So I've been in the world of watching things evolve from tubes to transistors to mini computers to microcomputers. Also being a employee of the IBM Corporation at the age of 17, I saw the technology that was on the shelf that we couldn't talk about, just waiting to be announced so that it doesn't affect the jobs of people. But now, in this day and age where we live, no one is worried about who's going to be affected. It's like, let me get my product out there first. And yes, I am watching and participating on the free side of taking a picture and turning it into an actual speaking or moving image for the creation of the songs that I'm doing. So I'm a willing participant in this world of technology. Jeff, looks like you're the only one here. We got someone else that came in and joined us. So we're going to turn to, because part of what I do also is to go over the requested songs from viewers. So let's see if we can change this scene. There we go. Change this scene. And I want to bring up the viewer request page. I wonder why I had it loaded on this site. This is the OBS site software that I have, which lets me set up for just doing this. Bring up this right there. Okay. So let me just reload, because I was making some changes. Reload the snapshot, a window capture of the. Let's see. Let's find it. Let's find it. That's not what I want. Google, but there it is. Nope, that's not what I want. Is that it? There it is. All right, we just do some housekeeping here. so that we can see the requests from our viewers, so that we can give them an opportunity to hear their music if they do come in live. Let's take it down to this size. I want it large enough so that you can see their requests. I can read it also. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go. Let's get their request in there. Sorry for not having this already set up. This is the current request. I think we covered everybody. And even I'm aware that even with these viewer requests, after a while, so many songs are not relative anymore, because the churches that they play for, just want to move this behind this one image. Why won't you go behind that image? Okay, it's behind the image. You know me, I've got to have synergy. Okay, line that up. So many churches are changing the style of their music to the point where the actual traditional sound that they want to hear is no longer necessary, because it's basically 4 chords and you can play any of these songs. All right, so let's go to, that's the latest request. Let's go to the ones that were prior, because I covered so much last week. Let's go back in time, 6 days, 9 days. Can you do the song You Fight On? 3 different keys. Okay, I think that was an issue last week. I said that I couldn't find that one, or we didn't. We looked at it. Okay, where you located, that's the lesson. All right, that's not one, that's the request. Beautiful song. Can you provide the chords in the key of C? Now, this song was one which I did, a viewer request I did for a quartet song. Now, generally, okay, I shouldn't say generally. I try to meet the need of the requester, and sometimes the requester can only play. Just slide this over so I can bring this out. Can only play in one key, and I try to work things to where I get you out of that mindset. Let me just bring this over. Okay, we're not going to see that. Don't mind me, I'm just doing this live, as they say. Okay. The song that they wanted me to break down was a quartet song in the key of C. And I'll do that because that may be the only key that they could sing in. I Need You to Hold My Hand. Now, I did it in G. Because I have so many songs that I've done, I have to go back and look at what I did to that song. I believe it was a, let's see, quartet style song. Let me do this. Let's mute this so that you don't hear it when I'm going to pull up. I Need You to Hold My Hand. Let's go back to here, and let's see if we can pull up. We'll go from this site. I need you to hold my hand. Okay, was it Frank Williams or the Jackson Southerners? I'll look to see which one did I. I'm on a different site. I think I did the Jackson Southerners version of it. All right, we got ads. I don't think you can hear that. Yeah, you can. Okay. Just listen to it. So I'm listening to it. This is not the one I use. Okay. 1, 6.
My way gets so
That's some of the music. Quartet. Boom, 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 boom. Oh Lord, I need you to hold my hand. Okay, so I got the song in my head now. Okay, so I had to get the song back in my spirit. So it's 6 and 5. I'm sorry, 6 and 5. All right. So it's. I'm sorry, I don't have a camera yet on this side here, so I gotta keep turning to the camera here. So for the viewer who requested the breakdown in key of C, Lord, I need you to hold my hand. It starts in the, okay, C major is a scale they wanted. So the song, you always want to establish the melody. Let's say the melody first. So that's kind of from the key of G, using my ears to figure out changing, repitching everything. It was going to be right there. So then I know it's going to start off in the 6, which the 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6 chord, the 4 chord, and the 1 chord. 6 chord, the 1. 3, 4, 5, 4, 2. So just from that part of it, again, I'm changing over from what the chords were from the key of G. Here I am once again kicking the camera stand. As you can see, I'm not downstairs. Watch my feet, don't hit it. So, learning a song different than what the original key is, you're going to make whoever's singing repitch their melody or repitch where their vocals are. But the music is just music. But what happens now is that you have to repitch so much of how you want to approach the song. So it starts off on the 6. The 1. Turn on the 5, 1, 6, 5, 1, flat 7, 6, 4, 5, 4, 4. Now, I'm giving you, I often say, a demonstration of what you do as a musician musically. Are you locked into just playing flat, straight chords? If you're in that skill set, yes. But as you can see, I'm showing where you build from the scales, you build from the generic chords, which is the number system chords, and then you apply technique. Technique is when you're trying to emulate a rhythmic instrument, which is what the piano is. It's a actual percussion instrument. You've got to strike it to get noise out of it, which means you can take advantage of that. And then musically, you can now select based upon all the notes, and these are all the notes that are available to you. You just need to know that they exist, number one, and that if you combine them based upon what you've heard in the past, or generally what I'm showing you, you can make any song into the way that you want to do it. So you know you're going to go to the 1, you're going to pop on the 1 to the 6, 7, 1, 1 flat, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1. And as you can see, both hands are independent. The left hand can do bass and chords. Left hand only comes when you practice with it. And you know, sometimes you say, well, you want to separate your left hand from your right hand. Yes, you're separating your thought process. What do you want to hear in the bass? What do you want to hear in the right hand? And then you practice that by doing chromatic scales like this. So that they can work in simultaneously with each other or against each other. This is simultaneously. This is against each other. All right, so that's going to get you into the song from a singing standpoint. I'm still bad there. I'm looking at my image and I said I'm still kicking this. Hey, 28. Did you get a chance to view my puppy sleep video that I posted on YouTube? This came from our conversation 2 weeks ago, I believe, that I need to create a song. And I was just joking at that time to help music for dogs, and then I found a site, several sites, hundreds of sites that had created dog sleeping music. I said, you know what, I'm going to investigate doing that. Well, I finally put it up. If you haven't seen it, it's on the channel. And I didn't do it how I heard. Again, I would listen to what other sites, their music, and I'm saying, you really, this is kind of music that puts dogs to sleep? So I said, you know what, let me go a different version of it. Let me go with this type of sound, and then let me put the sound of a dog sleeping. I think I made it 7 minutes long. Theirs were like 12 hours. It take you 12 hours to put a dog to sleep. Something is wrong with that dog. But I do have my puppy sleep music already out. And again, this is part of the content creation mindset that I'm in. I want to be a content creator. So much of what I've been doing for the past 19 years is helping musicians to grow past what they do in their church and to look at all the avenues of music. Again, I'm not going to be a concert pianist. I won't be playing Radio City. I won't be going on tour anywhere. I'm not a jazz pianist, a jazz musician. I am Sam Tolbert. I am a creator. I take music, I take a keyboard or whatever's put in front of me, and I try to get the best sound that I can get out of it based upon my skill level. Well, I'm about growing skill levels, and I do observe everything. I think I'm a listener first, and then I go, gee, what if I did that too? So I'm in that that mode, and let me just change my scene here. A little bigger. There we go. I'm in that mode that says, gee, what if? What if I created this? What if I, from a music standpoint, I've already tried I saw where people were air frying chicken, and they were getting 100,000 views just for putting chicken in an air fryer, taking out, tasting it, and saying, and I'm saying they got 100,000 views for watching somebody air fry chicken. So I got me an air fryer. I tried it out. I said, oh yeah, it does come out pretty good. Cut me a video. I think that video has over 7,000 views on how to air fry chicken from my channel. Let me put, again, this is about conversation. This is about content creation. This is about taking advantage of what technology gives you. Let's see if I can pull up my air fry video and see where it's at right now. Air fry. Okay, there's two of them, one for 2020, 2021. Let me see what we still have. We'll look at the analytics on that. Yeah, so you see the money, how much money I made from making a video on how to air fry chicken. Those are my analytics. Now, you ask yourself, well, you know, if I need to make some extra money, what should I do? Get yourself a YouTube channel, find something that you're very good at doing, put it out there, and you too can have enough to buy, what is it, an extra loaf of bread, an extra carton of eggs. But for this one video that I created in 2020, this is the first one I created, 2,000 people have watched me make air fried chicken. I picked up 10 subscribers and an estimated revenue of $25.96. Now again, I'm about helping every people to help themselves. Take advantage of what technology, this is technology, what technology affords you to be able to do so that you can monetize it, provided you get enough. I believe on YouTube now you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I didn't make it all off this one video, but off the combined 3,000 plus videos I have, this is what I'm able to do. So if I create a video about a singing puppy or a sleeping puppy, I don't expect to make anything now because so many people out there have videos way before me out there. But to take advantage of what the world and technology allows you to do, why not? That's how I always look at everything. Why not? Why not me? How come I haven't done it? So if you're questioning, well, he's leaving gospel music. No, I'm leaving, I'm opening myself up to potentially more possibilities so that if eggs go to $25 a carton, I'll stay here if I want eggs that bad. This is the world that we're in right now. And I think if we choose to deny that, then we're doing ourselves an actual disservice. So yes, I do have a puppy video. Let me see if I can pull up my dashboard. I don't think that's going to be displaying anything. There's my sleep pup. Only 29 views. Now, am I upset? No. I'm not upset. Because I'm trying to compete with so many other content creators out there that have done well, because I was not looking in the area where they were. All right, so let's go back to our viewer requests. Again, thankful for those who are watching, spending some time with me on a Saturday afternoon. or Sunday morning, wherever you may be. Let's see who our next who's up next. Okay, that was we did that tutorial. Okay, we did this one, same chords in the key of C. And again, there's not much to that song. It just keeps on repeating. It's a quartet song. So let's see who we got. These are all the comments that we do get. There's not many. That's why I'm saying that it's possible that the musicians are not being required to learn so many more newer songs, or the songs that they are learning, they are so generic in their construction. They're just the 4 or 5 chords and nothing really to challenge them musically, where they need to come and ask me for. Or they potentially could be seeing other sites, because there are other sites that actually do what I do, and they've got larger viewership than I have. Make sure I don't miss any comments. All right, so I really admire your work and would love to learn how to play a gospel song on the piano. Would it be possible for you to make a tutorial for the song Sanctifica Me? I've never heard of this song, so let's go search for it. See what we're working with. Let's see, let's put it here on this one. Okay. Well, it's not okay. Let me listen to it. It is an actual song. I always look for the album version and not one that's live. All right, let's take this one right here. You can't hear it, I can. Okay, it's in Spanish. I'll let you hear some of it. It's in minor. All right, I'll probably get a copyright on it. I got copyrights last time. All right, I'm just listening to it. It's in the key of C. All right, so it's in the key of C. That's what I was hearing. I realize gospel now has a lot of spokes in it, pointing out to so many different directions. So I've never heard have not investigated down the path of a Hispanic gospel music from the culture of Spanish. But I hear just from listening to it, I hear the Smallwood touch. So that is the vein. Now that I've established the key it's in, and I've established that the genre of music they've selected for this song is classical or the Richard Smallwood vein. Kurt Carr vein of music. Now I'll listen to it from the beginning and begin to, well, okay, the minor scale. Both the minor scale and the harmonic minor scale, which adds in the notes that the minor scale does not use. All right. I'll let YouTube come after me on this one. They came after me on the last two, but this is the nature of how I like to learn a song. I want to hear what the song is doing from the intro, because I know those chords are going to come back, and then hear what approach, what genre that they're looking for. So listen with me as I piece this apart for the viewer.
É tempo de renúncia.
Harmonic minor, because that note is there. Hearing the highest note, hearing all the notes in between, hearing the lowest note. Let's continue.
Você está preparado?
E flat over A flat. Again, because I've heard these chords in hundreds of gospel songs, especially the Smallwood songs, it's easy to go find. There's the Smallwood chord. That's the Smallwood turn. And again, because I never know the skill set of the musician who's making the request, I'm hoping that they have an understanding of what I'm speaking about when I say minors, diminished, Smallwood chords. Because if you listen to Richard Smallwood chords, that's his turn. In a case, was this tritone? Here's a tritone, here's a tritone, and then a minor chord. And the song, again, it doesn't have that gospel beat. So it means I can hear the music as it's being played. Let me make sure that I haven't lost anyone who's here with us. Okay. I may have 4 people viewing. All right, so let's listen some more. Again, I'm breaking this down and stopping it so that YouTube does not come too harshly after me. Because this is fair use training a song for a musician who requested that I do a breakdown. Let's hear a little bit more. Here's my minor.
O sacrifício somos nós.
jazz minor. And they threw that note in there. All right, let's see what comes up next. Okay, E flat major, E flat 6, E flat pentatonic. All right. I'm finding the chord pattern. Diminish, right? That's what I'm hearing. Ooh. Yeah, I pick up on very subtle notes. That's the James Bond. Yeah, I pick up on, I listen to everything musical, so when I hear it being used, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that chord. Let's continue. Okay, so you're going to hang around a minor 1. What did they do? Okay. There it is. So all these chords are in the 1. The melodies, the harmonies that they're singing, they're still in the 1, which is why I have my issues with the number system users who make the statement that if you know the number system, you can play any chord. No, if you know this number system, you know the bass line chords. The song determines what chords are relative. The number system lets the bass player knows stay here. But all these other chords in the 1, all of those are in the 1. Technically in this song. Let's listen to more. There's our change. So generally, for the viewer, because I'll put a link in their comment so that they can see this video, the chords are classically based. You're going to be hovering for the first part of the song in the 1, but these are going to be your chords open to you, the chords that are in this scale. Every one of these chords are in the 1. So get your fingering in place so that you can float across all of these notes, because they're basing the melody on the C minor scale. scales. So there go our changes. B major. I would have made a tremendous classical player had I had the opportunity or chance to go to a accredited piano university, I believe. Because I hear these chords, even in this subtle, I can hear every note that's being played and anticipate where they are coming from. Hey, welcome, Samuel. Could you play Nearer My God to Thee and maybe show how you link the melody to the chord? Sure, not a problem, not a problem. All right, let's continue with this breakdown. Because I'm getting the idea that there's not very many more chords than what I've already heard. It sounds like a Richard Smallwood song. That run in there. It's Richard Smallwood to me. All right, let's see what else is happening. Okay, we've covered those chords already, but I can hear now more fuller chords. We've covered these chords. All right, let's see what else we got. I heard another note. I heard a slight, subtle change of a chord. There's the, again, I hear everything musically. Okay. Now, how do I hear all these notes? I practice chromatic scales so that if I ever hear a song using it, I'll know where it comes from. My fingers will automatically find it. Okay, we've covered those chords already. Okay, we've covered that already. Okay. All right, so we've covered these chords. They're being repeated, but now they're just changing the placement. Practice, 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 practice. And all of a sudden, any song you're confronted with, you will hear the notes that you practice. What else we got? Uh-oh. Okay, if you want to add that run, that's what it is. Let me see. G, F, C, trill on the E flat to the F, E flat. The jazz minor scale. All right, let's go ahead. The same chords. Okay, it opens up. Okay, that's a different chain. Now we're in B flat. Or the 4, well, in this chord, to the flat 7, which is the E flat. This chord is in E flat. Right there in E flat. And I've often said, if you know the E flat major scale, you are playing the C minor scale. Just change the third, go from the, play the 6th note in the same E flat minor scale, E flat major scale, and you're playing C minor. So let's see how that change came in for our viewer. That was a change chord. I think I may be off by 1 note. Okay, that's where that note came in. They basically pulled back on all the other notes to give you this sound. Normally I would play this. Minor. All right, let's go a little further when it changed. Okay, so from the too high, G, A flat, this is where we are, and the next chord, bass chords, very generic chord. I'm filling it out. This would be at, and I'll send this video also linked to the 218 of the video I'm using. Next chord, right into the E flat, which is a 2-5-1. 2-5-1 in E flat. This is the 2 in E flat, 1, 2, the 5, the 1. Again, the C minor scale is the E flat major scale, all the chords. Okay, basic notes. There it is. 1, 3, 4. Because they're holding the chords, the choir singers are doing. That's what your voices are doing here, so your chords are just supporting them. R&B. Continue. Diminish. The little gospel turn there. So it went from turn, which is going to take you back to this chord. Now I haven't heard this song before, but that's the generic pattern. That's the turn note on those chords. Walk up. To your minor. And that's where we should be at right now on the minor, C. Ooh, Smallwood. Should be going back to the 2 in E flat. So that pretty much is, now I'm only going halfway through the song, well, 3 minutes of the song, but those are the chords. That is where your family of chords are coming from. The minor family of the harmonic minor, the minor scale, and C major comes in when you're going to go walk up or diminish, and now you're in E flat major scale. Turn on the 2. Now we're in C minor again. 2, 5. The 1 of C minor. We're going to walk up. And these chords are in C major. All C major. Now we're back into E flat. Why? Because this chord right in the E major scale. Hope I'm not losing anyone, but this should help our viewer to get a grasp of where the chords are coming from. Let's hear a little bit more. I'm already on YouTube's radar now, the AI version of YouTube, for hearing another song played on their channel.
E altar é lugar de sacrifício.
Minor.
E sacrifício exige renúncia. Renúncia não só de bens, de tempo, de prazeres, mas renúncia de vida. Santifica-me.
All right, same chords. Let's go ahead a little bit. All right, so we're not going to air anymore. I'm in enough trouble with YouTube. So this song is of a Smallwood version of chords. Even the runs speak of the Smallwood sound. And our viewer who requested this, when you're watching this video, I am not saying that they stole Smallwood chords, but what they are using is a path of chords that have been already played, and it's just a path. They're out there for anyone. I think a lot of musicians are so worried about if they don't have their own chords, they won't sound original. If you're playing, it's original. You will never play like someone, but it doesn't mean that you cannot emulate a style of music that you can resonate with. You see, I'm having no trouble jumping around these chords. When I hear them, I'm like, okay, yeah, I remember this chord, and this chord will lead to this chord, and this chord will lead to that chord, because I've been playing these chords since Richard Smallwood came out with his music, and I had to transition from that traditional slapstick gospel sound with the bounce and all the different scales, excuse me, and chords that go along with it, and began to grasp a classical feel and approach to music that wasn't taught, or wasn't shown to church musicians. If you were in my era, although musicians did talk to each other, they didn't show each other anything. I'm of the era now that says, if I know where it came from, let me show you where it comes from on the basis of what scale they built that chord on, so that whenever you hear these chords in anyone's song, you're not scratching your head. Wow, how did that chord sound? Well, if you practice scales more than one octave, as many octaves as you have, if you only have a 61 key keyboard, you're going to be somewhat limited hearing the lowest notes without range pitching it. But if you have 88 keys or 76 keys, you can hear just about every scale note that you would hear used in any song, from the lowest to the highest, and then all the chords in between. So we have a viewer who requested, my namesake, Samuel, could I play Nearer My God to Thee, and maybe show how you link the melody to chords? Is there a particular key? Nearer My God to Thee, I'm trying to think. Hymnal version might be the key of F. Again, without a hymn book in front of me. A on the top. G, F, F, D, C, F, F, A, G. So, without having a hymn book in front of me, I already know the path of the melody, because I've played this song so many times in the past. How you would link the melody to the chords. Well, melody at top, chords on the bottom. Melodies on the top, right hand. Now, just generic chords. 7th chord. Yeah. I stopped looking. A jazz turn. Put a diminished chord there. And then back to the 1. C or the 5/7. And then a 1. Now, what happens here is these are rootless chords, which means there's no bottom to hold the chord together. I like having a full sounding chord. Progressions. A little movement. Chord walk up. Do we go to the 6 or to the 3? Let's go to the 6. 2, 5. Movement. So musicians will play to their emotions, and their emotions are transferred to the keyboard or to the organ. But if they have limited palette of chords to pick from, and they don't emphasize the song with melody, then they'll have just bass chords. What Without a melody, it sounds empty. Nothing wrong with those chords, but without a melody for those chords to present a path for the melody to ride, all of a sudden they just become chords. So I always look to instruct in scales, which is the melody, chords, which present a platform for the melody to ride on. That's why the chords have to change with the melody. Progressions. It adds a style to support the melody. Now, hymnal music is just basic. That's hymnal music, the style. That's the number system. So for 3, 4, 3, 1, 3, 4, 3, 3, 5, 1, 4, 5. Nothing wrong with that. That'll get you through Sunday morning. But if you're a musician who is growing, who wants to go past the actual physical hymnal side, what you want to be able to do is to bring a different genre of life into that same hymn. Get in my head. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, this is going on in my head while I'm playing forward. I hear this in my head. Minor, 5. Da, 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 da. In my head, I hear notes, and I select and I choose the ones that I want to apply to the song. So this all goes into actual chord building. You have to hear it first, but you can't hear it first if you haven't absorbed it from a practice session. Then as you expand into the contemporary gospel sound, go up now, 3, 6, 5. Combining the hymn and the classical. That's the classical combined. The gospel turnaround. Dun, 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 dun. Classical down. Up. 2, 5 with a diminished. My diminished chord. And the straight, was it open? Wheels turn as to the approach that I want to take, given the song. Hymns are the greatest songs for musicians to open up their palette of chords to, because the melody stays the same. As you see, I didn't change the melody. Some musicians love to reharmonize an entire song to where you can't tell what song they're playing. I'm not of that genre. I can hear how it could be done, but I like to have a melody to be able to get to it. 28, I requested something last week a few days ago. Did you ever get to it? Maybe I need to check your feed or something. Thought I got to all of these songs. I know you have a different name that pops up. Oh, Jifford Banks, He's All Over Me. 13 days ago? Well, I didn't get to that. Why is nothing changing on my screen? Oh, there it is. For some reason, I didn't get back to it. Again, I've been so enamored with the AI content creation. And your name comes up differently every time you post than when you're on live. We can get to it right now. Let me just make sure I answered the question for Samuel. Did I give you a link to how the melody and the chords can go? Using the melody as your guide and then the chords giving a path for the melody to actually rest on. Takes a while for your comments to show up, so I'll give you a chance, Samuel, to if I answered your question there. 28, yes, I'm sorry, 13 days ago, I bypassed this. I don't know why. Again, I've been locked up into this AI thing, trying to see where I can fit in and take advantage of it. So let me see what you said. Just got to ask real quick, because I'm trying to get these chords and minors and I get unstuck from how I learned back in the day. Copy on August. To be able to play what I hear. The next time you do a view request, can you do the original He's All Over Me by Bishop Jeff Banks and the Revival Mass Choir? Well, if not a comfortable problem, could you do Whitney Houston version Mass Choir? Oh, okay. Trying to figure out how to switch from playing left-hand bass line to big band chords is challenging. Seeing and hearing you. Read more. It's got more in there? Yeah, I did not see this one. I am sorry. I got so tied up in. Let's see what more is there. Oh, you sent links. This is always good. Let me turn off the audio. Okay, let's pull up the Bishop. You can't hear it, but I can. The live. I like albums, the recorded albums, because live is always, they change something. E flat. Sounds like E flat before they even start playing, because I can hear the musicians tuning up. All right, let's see if I can scroll ahead. Oh, it's not there. B flat. All right, go to the beginning. All right, so yes, I've heard this before. Never played it. I never played it before. I'm just listening. All right, there's a lot happening musically there, especially for the bass player. So you pick you pick a poison. Who do you want to hear? In this case, it's always best to go to the piano player, and not the organist and the other sounds, or even the bass player, because the bass player is setting. The bass player is in rhythm with the drummer. So you pick the pianos. The piano's got the easier part. I'm just rolling it back. I'll let you hear what I'm doing, because I'm going to do it piecemeal. Here we go. Hard to play the black keys if you don't practice playing on the black keys. All right, that should be where they're going to wind up. Okay. Okay, so diminished chord there with a tritone. Flat 7, 5, 1. That should be where they go. Let's just verify that. Okay, they did a chromatic climb. All right, climb. Okay, this is long. These are some big notes. I don't know if you want these 28. So they go flat 7 to the flat 3. Again, I hear big band. So, bum, 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 bum. And continue from there. here, and down one, up one. All right, so we can get this mapped out. G, F, C, D flat, D, E flat, back down, and we should be commenting on that chord. All right, you see those chords right there, all over me. He's keeping me alive. Okay. He's all. So that's where your bass is working from. So on your right hand, you basically want to be jamming. While the choir is singing. You want to be jamming, basically. All right. So that's constantly what you're going to be doing. You're going to be, if I don't stop kicking this stand, keeping that straight. So a bass hand. Let's hear some more. Setting a pattern. So So generally, hang it in the one. That's all in the one for those who are number system users. Da-da-da-dum. 5, sharp fly, 4, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1. Generic. Okay, they went to another key. Then went to D flat. Nope. Okay, A flat to E flat. Let's go back and listen to the change. They go to the E flat there. A flat. Listen to the bass. climb again. Okay, so A flat. So you're gonna stay in the A flat for key. So you're gonna resolve from the A flat to the 5, and then another climb. The same pattern. So that's your pattern. Contemporary gospel. Hey, physics ball, welcome. Yes, it's weird. My hand keeps doing the common thing. I can barely hear where the bass dude is going. Well, that's it. Yeah, the bass dude he's in his own world. If you don't have a bass player, then it becomes moot point. Just support the chords, which the chords are on right here. I forgot what we were doing. All over me. I done forgot the song. That's why I forgot it, because they kept hanging in the 1. Again, that's why I don't like the number system. When I try to talk to the number system, I have to change my thought pattern of getting away from the chords, melody, scales, chords, and progressions, and try to stay within a concept that I never learned as a musician. So still in the 1, even though we have all these notes, he's still in the 1. So which means you're staying in a jazz mode, which is jam. And okay, so that part we got. Let's see what happens later on in the song. That continues with the lead. All right, so 4, 5, sharp to 4, 5, 3, 4. So here's your chords. Preacher chords. Turn. Shortening the chords. These are the preacher chords. fatten them out. All right, what goes on from here? Gonna wind up on the 6. Bass has how many notes in the bass? Look near. Okay. Okay. Resolve it from the 6. We're gonna go to the 2. If you want to do that. The 2, 5, 1. So many different ways to get, well, again, practicing scales lets you hear. Practicing that gets your fingers trained to be able to do this. Again, the fingers move, the hand stays stationary. The rest of the chords come from the bottom hand. Jazz. Repeat. And repeat. And right back into rinse and repeat. So yeah, 28. This type of song is like a. I often say musicians write these songs. Songwriters don't write this. Songwriters don't write. Got to hit that C note. And turn to get back to the pattern. Yes, and that's a run I'm going to learn to do in every key. All right, so that's showing you what's happening there. Let's get past that point. Let's see what else is new. Okay, that's already, we covered that already. A little further. It's a 7-minute song, so there's a lot of repetitive chords. All right, so a new pattern. So you're listening to the choir right there. They're just basically hanging in here. And you're just giving them one note. In the one. I often say if you learn the soprano parts, you're picking up probably 50% of the song's chords used in the song. Oh, okay. Preacher chords. That's all it is, diminish. Half a step down. You want to do that all, but this is all they're doing. There's a run I do in E flat. All runs are interchangeable. Okay, let's go on from here. All right, so we've covered that. Let's continue from there forward. Okay, same chords. Fair use, YouTube AI. Continue. What's that chord for sopranos and tenors and altos? Just want to hear what they're doing. Are you going flat or are you going minor on the sopranos? Just want to hear your note. got the alto. Soprano got no little concern. He keeping me. He keep. So they're in this note. Half a note. Is it really that important? Well, for my ears it is, because I like to hear. I learn more chords when I hear how songwriters put songs together. Soprano's note is eluding my ears. He's keeping me. Is it staying there? Okay, so they're staying right there. Because I didn't hear soprano note. I'm listening. Technically, I was then they go. They're going up and down, or up to the major to the minor. I didn't hear that minor in my ears from a soprano point, but I can hear them saying, "He's keeping me alive." But they're moving. He's keeping me alive. All right. So that helps when you're teaching a choir is to know what notes are they actually singing. I figured when they sang live, the bass hits A flat, then chromatically climbs from C to E flat, then D chromatic to F, something like that. Well, they're all over the place, but there's no wrong note as long as you wind up on the one. Sopranos are staying right there. It's near the end of the song anyway. And that is all. That's a good one. Again, you don't hear this type of representation of the changeover of gospel music. There's been, just changing my point of view, there has been so much, how can I put this? So much diluting of the different gospel music, get in the camera view, of the, my favorite, sure, no problem, physical ball. So much diluting of the traditional gospel sound to where you couldn't tell. If you were to bring some of the people from this era to now, let them hear what's going on, they were going, this is what gospel music sounds like now. And there's a lot of musicians that if you ask them to go back and learn songs from this era, they're like, huh? Why do they do all that playing? Why can't they just stay in the 1, the 6, the 4, and the 5 like we do now? Well, this is why, because in this era, this was the nature of the songwriter who went to the producer, and the producer was up from this era. They didn't have the current producers up today to say, hey, this is too much happening in the song. Cut it down to where you're just doing this. Put a guitar in there somewhere and a piano, a Nord piano, as they say. And then let the drums do this, and every now and then put in there, give the guitar player a couple of notes. In today's era would not. This is where music, the two eras clash. One is busy, the other one is not, but both effective. And I have to keep that out. I am not bashing the type of music that we are now listening to today, because if I could get 53 million views on a 6 or 4 chord song, I'd be doing it too. Like I actually created a 4 chord song. It's on the channel called Trust in the Lord. 4 chords, and I wrote the song in probably a half an hour with 4 chords using scripture. Your request, physical ball art. My faith looks up to thee. Again, not a hymn book in front of me, It could be in almost any key, but you look for the melody and for where the highest note is, which makes it congregational friendly. So let's see. Could go back to the key of F. Let me change from there. Oh, we did cover that song. That was the last request, so I'm looking at the request that is coming in live, and I'm changing my camera view. There we go. My faith looks up to thee. If I were to go to the key, let's go to the key of E flat. This way we can give all the keys a chance. I'll go to the key of G flat. Looking for the scale. So we can find our melody. Right in the scales. E flat, D flat. Stay right there. D flat, F sharp, G flat. So when you're looking at a melody, you want to know, is it a major melody or a minor melody? It's all major, so which means you can go anywhere with the chords. Lost my chord. Jazz, flat 7, 1. Highest note is going to be the scale F. 4. Go with a diminished chord, diminished chord, diminished chord. No, straight 1. 6. 2 chord, 5, 1. So what happens here is now the musician looks at the melody. This is the musician who has put the time in to practice all the chords that can be applied to a major melody, and you pick a style. Do you want to go jazz? Do you want to go classical? Do you want to go traditional? Do you want to go contemporary? E flat 7 to the G minor, A flat minor. Hang on the 5. To get to the 1. 7, 6, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. I had to look at the bass notes to be able to call that out. 3, 6, 2, 5, 5, 1, 5, 1, 4. Sharp to 4. I hear the chord. I want to count the numbers out. Flat 7, 3, 6, 3, no, 2, 3, sharp 3, sharp, no, 4, 5, 6, sharp 6, or flat 7, 7, 1. So the number system confuses me because I hear the melody without counting. I'm stopping to count the numbers so that I can give you a sense of how a number system counter or a musician would look at what I'm actually demonstrating. I don't count the numbers. I count notes, chords, chromatic chords, scale chords, genres of music, different styles that I've incorporated in my thought process. Or could you do E flat? E flat is the 1. My 6, 2, 5. The jazz turn 1, 7, 6, sharp 4, 5, flat 7, 6, flat 7 again, 5, 7, 3, 6, 2, flat 7 again, flat 6, that's what I want to do. What's that, a flat 3? 2, flat 1. These are all the, what they call the reharmonization chords. Back into the 1. 7, 6, 7, take 7, 3, small, go down my sins 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 2, 3. Sharp 4. 7, 3, flat 7, 6. Again, I'm trying to talk to the jazz player. Walk up from the 2, walk up from the 5. Flat 6. Reharmonization. What in traditional, my faith looks up to thee, 2, 5, thou lamb. Go to straight 7 of 2, 4, Calvary. 1, 7, 6, 5, flat 5, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 3, no, 5, 6, flat 7, 7 major, the flat on there with a 7th on it, and the 1, stay in the 1. Stay in the 1 while, stay in 2, 5, down the scales. We'll go traditional, the 4, sharp the 4, smallwood chord, 7, 3, and a straight 6 on the bottom. 1, 2, 5. Turn around. And these chords we did on that Hispanic song. The whole Lee on the 5. Run. Ba-da-da-da-dum. Need the chord to support that. That's like the 5, 4. Jazz. You can do so much with a hymn when you have a palette of chords to select from every different genre: classical, hymn, jazz, blues, contemporary, which means for me it's the different eras of music that I learned. Or you can just keep it straight and keep it churchy also. Either one of those styles will fit in the church world. Let's see. Such cool chords. Wow. Well, see, that's the one thing on this site. I give you all these chords that I'm doing. They have been demonstrated on the site in bits and pieces and shown how to put them together so that when you practice just the chords, you see I'm doing octaves with my left hand, octaves with my right hand. I can do octaves with my left hand also. Yeah, missed it. Bum, da, da, dum. It becomes an exercise. 28. Oh, no, again, when I'm in church, you never hear that. You don't hear that in church. Because when I was a musician, I played to where the service was. I was never one to have the statement, you won't have church unless I feel like having church. No, if the church was in a somber mood, then I kept the song chords light and airy so they didn't get too deep. If they got into a praise mode, I didn't go crazy. I stayed to the level that the church was at. Some musicians believe you got to push every service you're in, and I'm like, you know what? You push people into a frenzy. They need a chance to let it grow within them, not you come as a musician and push the service. So I never have, and I've been criticized for not pushing a service. I said, well, I'm not here to push the service. I'm here to gauge where the service is going. You know, if your message is not inciting the people, I'm not going to compensate, in my mind, to the preacher. If you can't incite the people with a good message, I'm not supposed to come and clean up for you. You know, you do your work. I'll do mine when the choir is singing. when it's a congregational song, when it's a hymn. But if your message isn't doing it, I'm not here to clean up, because when their paycheck come, ours don't match. And I just put it like that. I'm paid to provide music to support the service, not to help you get your message over. Some preachers here think that you're, as a musician, I'm getting on my soapbox, that you're supposed to push the service every time you sit down. And well, how do I come down? There are times when I did support a service in that sense, and after the service, I'm still up here. So I don't want to talk to nobody, don't come near me, because I haven't come down. My suit is all sweated out. And you can tell that by looking at the organ bench seat. You see sweat marks of my thighs in the organ bench seat from all the time I'm pushing the service. My suit is now ruined. I got to throw it in the cleaners the next day because I can't wear it again. It's soaking. And the preacher's all comfortable. You know, he's been fanned off. He's changed his clothes after coming out of the back office. He's all right. I'm still trying to come down. And yes, that does pay a toll physically on your heart, because I have issues now with my heart that I know was because, well, consecutive years of making sure that the service didn't die, no matter who was up preaching. So I'm in my retirement mode right now because of that. But I gave them what was required so that the people went home feeling like they had church that day. The Pentecostal church will actually do that to you. And when I got into the Methodist church, there was none of that. So I went home. My suit was still pressed and cleaned, and I could get 2 weeks out of it versus 1 2-hour service. And I got a chance to play a lot more hymns and play classical style hymns on a pipe organ. I think if you looked at my feed, you see that I have added a image of what I looked like when I was playing in the Methodist church. Let me change this scene. See if I can bring in that picture when I played in the Methodist church. Video file. Let's see if I can find it. Where is that in? That's in. Can't remember where it's at. In my images. Oh, you're looking for a video file. Okay, can't look. Looking for the wrong file to show. Let me let's do it this way. And because you only know me from the internet, you didn't know me as in my musician mode. Okay, here we go. You can't see the file yet until I add it. Let's see, add an image. Oh, okay. We do it like this then. So many images I took, not knowing which one I was going to use. Okay. You should be seeing that now. It should have popped up. Yes, it should pop up. There we go. That's a young Sam Talbot. On an Allen pipe organ. This is my tenure as a musician or music director for the Galilee United Methodist Church. That organ was behind a huge wall, behind the wall. I can only see the minister and the choir. So the congregation could never see me when I played. And that was an Allen pipe organ, not a Hammond B3. And I did my best playing on that pipe organ because it made me work for every note and for every scene that I wanted to be able to get out of that, to support that service. And there shows you my tenure there. They got, is it 19 years? Yes, 19 years of, in fact, I had to get used to the fact that they made me take vacation. In the Pentecostal church, you don't take vacation. You're expected to be at every service. There they told me, we don't care where you go, just take 2 weeks off with pay, and we'll see you after your vacation is over. And for 19 years, I enjoyed being able to support a ministry that did not require me to have to push the service. So I will always be thankful for that opportunity that was presented to me. And the people there that showed their affection for the fact that I showed up whenever they had a service 2 hours early, set up the church to make sure the sound system was correct, make sure that the piano which they had there was in its top shape, which I carried an actual piano tuner's kit with me. If the piano had, if the strings had stretched a little bit, because they had me play piano also, I would, before service, tweak the piano to make sure it had the proper sound, that when I played it, you didn't hear those cross chord notes coming out of it. But when it came down to having church, and they wanted to hear that church organ sound, let's see if I can pull it up on this keyboard. I know it's in here. Because there's some who think you don't have church unless you're under a Hammond organ. That's because they never took music seriously. I took it serious enough that whatever organ I was in, the mode I was in, I gave it the full sound of it. Trying to see if I can pull up. Nope. Trying to find a pipe organ sound on this organ. Okay, on this keyboard. Let me just pull up and look in the banks. I know there's an organ sound in here. So this is all part of it. All right, let's go into combi. Maybe it's in there. As you look at that picture of me, a younger Sam Tolbert. I think that picture, that probably is 2011, 2012. Looking for a pipe organ sound on this keyboard. Never had to, I have it. I know where it is. I know where it is on my Yamaha, but not on this one because I never looked for it. Ah, here we go. Pipe organ. There we go. Pipe organ sound. So, in my day, and I call my day when I was at the Methodist church, and they were singing Holy. And that's what the United Methodist Church got out of me on a Sunday morning, because the congregation, which was a senior congregation, that's what they wanted to hear from the organist. When they paid their offertory in support of the church, I gave them, the congregation, what they needed to hear. An organ being played like an organ. Not all this jazz and this hip hop and this contemporary, and although I try to see if I can coax it out of that organ. No, that was a electronic pipe organ with the stops in it. You got a full brash church organ sound, pipe organ sound, simulated by electronics of, I think it was 25 years old when I got there. But that's the sound that I was able to support a ministry with. Now, of course, when I played the piano, they wanted to hear gospel. So when I got to the piano and they wanted to hear a musician play a gospel sound. Let me get out of this. Let's get out of here. Come on, let me out. Because they had never had a gospel musician play in their church, and they wanted an actual gospel sound. I said, okay, let me give the congregation of this church what it would have sounded like if I was their gospel musician. Let me see, what song did they love hearing? They love singing, what's that song? Fellowship in Christ. No, we have Friendship. No, not that one. Oh, what is that song? I can hear it in my head right now. I'm trying to remember what the title was. What a Fellowship. What? Yes, they went crazy because there's a musician in the house that could play church pipe organ, then go to the piano and let them stomp their feet. They didn't do too much hand clapping in the Methodist church, but they did stomp their feet about a little bit and sing with all the gusto that they have, especially when they could put the hymn book down and just do the actual chorus. So that's what I gave in support of churches back in my day. Of course, it's a lot different now. They're not doing get rid of that. They're not doing these songs anymore. These songs have been put on the shelf. You know, you pull it out maybe if you want to do a hymnal moment in August to support the Black History Month. You might hear a hymn pulled out. They always want to pull out, what's that hymnal song they always pull out around Black History Month? Guide My Feet. While I run. My feet. While I run this race, for I don't want to run this race in vain. So they'll pull that out for Black History Month. But in the Methodist Church, every song is a hymn, and the only time they let me go outside of the hymn is if with the choir, wanted to have their gospel selection, and I had an opportunity to introduce them to songs that they've never heard before. I went to early Andre Crouch, we went to Hawkins, because the musicians before me were all professionally trained. They read sheet music. I came in, I had the knowledge of reading hymnal music, but when they pulled out their songs of the past that they did, I'm like, well, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to usher in a different breed of music to a congregation that is, it won't be jumpy, I'll put it like that. We want to get you out of the concert atmosphere and into an atmosphere where you can actually create a different worship sound that isn't way off the beaten path. And again, nobody's going to be swinging from the chandeliers in a Methodist church, at least in the one that I played in. But they needed to know that whenever they showed up on Sunday, they're going to hear the songs that they can associate with from a pipe organ, and then every now and then, sprinkle in some. I think when I did God is my everything. Oh, they loved God is my everything because I kept it classy. He's my hope because it sounds jazzy. In a weary land, a shelter in the time of storm. God is my everything. A flat, there it is. Have to remember that song. I haven't played it in so many of the last few years, but yes. But of course now with all this technology, and let's see if I can share a page that is letting you see what's happening in this internet age of where we're now being taken over by artificial intelligence. Let's see if I can pull up AI gospel music. So what you are seeing, or you should be seeing, yes, you are seeing it. Why is that still there? This came from that. Close that down. This is the technology part of this conversation. How many are still with us? 6 people are watching us. This is where gospel music is going. These are the sites that are using AI. I know 28, you hate this, but I think you need to be forewarned what competition musicians of the gospel genre now have, and they're not prepared for. This is the AI generation of gospel music that sounds good. It's not great. I mean, when you're watching television, if you still watch television, or you're watching your cable channel, and there's an actual commercial that comes on, you don't know who created the music. You don't know if that's a live musician or a live singer, depending upon the budget of that particular station has. With this type, when I was listening, these are the kind of sites I peer into because I want to know, well, what's coming? You know, what competition am I going to have? Is it, should I keep writing gospel songs if the consuming gospel audience wants this? Why? Because they've been indoctrinated into it. These are sites that's telling you you can create gospel music videos. That's the one that I visited and I wanted to listen to and see, well, how did they create the song? And they walk you through how you can take a Bible scripture, any Bible scripture, and create a full-fledged intro, verse, chorus, bridge, vamp gospel song. Create AI gospel music video. See if I can bring it up a little bit so I can. There we go. This is the technology world that we're in right now. Hey, there's my song. AI gospel song from scripture. I wrote that one. This is mine. Open this up. That's my song. Hey, it made the shorts. 674 views. It's on the channel now. That's the one I did completely from AI. That's an AI generated singer. Of course, I got screenshots from different sites, but yes, I'm in the shorts under the AI gospel song because I wanted to see whether or not this is viable. And guess what? I'm on 674 views. If you want to hear it, it's on the channel. And that makes me good to see that it's there. Now, I did not create the lyrics. I did not create the music. It's all done off a site called Suno because I wanted to see what is this genre that people are coming into. And it's a good song. They're using Rihanna's likeness to do an AI song. There's an entire, looks like an AI gospel music channel. I haven't seen that site. Let's go look at it. Let's see what this AI channel is. AI Music TV, Gospel Music TV. Again, they got 14,000 subscribers. Let's see what they got here. All these AI songs. I'm looking at the amount of views they're getting. All these AI created songs. Let's go look at the videos. Okay, so they're going after the different scenes that are out there and creating music. I'm not going to air it because the YouTube will come after me airing someone else's song. But this looks like they're looking at what's happening in the world today. And they're using, goodness, Taylor Swift images also. It's all this AI. The entire channel is AI. Or dedicated towards AI. They've got Justin Bieber in here. R. Kelly. Goodness. I'm tempted to pull one of these up. Chris Brown doing an AI. Okay, I'm going to pull that up. I'm not going to let you hear it. I want to hear what it sounds like. So let me change my mapping. Okay, it's muted. I want to hear what it sounds like. This is supposed to be an AI song. Yep. Crafted entirely using AI technology. Why didn't you change with me? Let me redo this.
You gave me hope, you changed.
Okay. I'm gonna let you hear some of it.
The truth, yeah, I was hiding. Now I
This is
live
all AI
my
created.
hands
The
up,
music is
no
all
more
AI.
fighting. Grace came rushing like a flood. Now I'm washed in holy love. When I was lost, you came and found me.
Okay, let me stop it. I'm sure I'll get a copyright on that. That is AI. This is where we are right now. This entire channel is dedicated to creating AI. And look at this. This is just one channel creating AI music, and they've dedicated the entire channel to songs that talk to the current events of this decade, this era, using AI. Now, how does a new songwriter who says, I want to write songs, that's the bottom, how do they compete against this? I can't compete against that. Create gospel music with AI. They're showing you how, that's how I did mine. I said, gee, let me see how they say how to do it. And it's easy. It's so easy, it's almost criminal. And here's another site, AI Gospel Worship Music. They've got 250 subscribers, so they're jumping in this. AI church songs, how I create Bible church songs with AI and go viral. I don't know about all that. Whitney Houston, goodness, AI gospel. Celine Dion, gospel song. Is this AI? Yes, AI. You have to put AI in there if you do use AI. So I see it viral, VI, AI shorts, AI song, and it just keeps going. How come I haven't popped up in here except that one? Oh, there's my AI song. See, I'm there again. It's all in the actual labeling. There's me again. That's my AL choir. Sing unto the Lord a brand new song. Now, my version of AI is let me get this, trying to expand it so you can see it. That's my AI song right there. AI Gospel Choir, Sing unto the Lord a brand new song. 490 views. In fact, you've heard that playing in the background when I came up. I use software that uses virtually enhanced, virtually recorded voices to convert them into a singer that I can play into a software, and then you can see what the song would sound like with these voices. I have about 8 voices that I have. I paid for them. They've been paid, so I'm allowed to do anything I want with those voices in my creation and in sharing them. But as you can see, there's my competition. 490 views versus 1,000 views with an RA, with an R. Kelly AI virtual song. This one is me. Let me just click on it. This is me and my singers. Fair use, Sam Talbert. This is my AI singing.
Sing unto him a brand new song. Let the melodies rise, pure and strong. Lift up your voice, let praises ring to the mighty Lord, our King.
So, let you hear some of that. So I'm in there. I'm in there trying to find my niche so that I'm not so far behind this technology, so that I can report to you what's happening in the creation world, so that if a new song comes out that everybody's singing, you won't be fooled into thinking that it's a live singer singing it. You can see, so I got 2 of mine pop up on the feed. I always want to see something I'm doing popped up on the feed. So this is where the controversy between the traditional songwriters and this era of songwriters are going to clash, because they're going to say, well, these AI song or AI created music don't have soul. Because that's the conversation I've heard people had. There's no soul in all of this. Yeah, but there are views. And if the person consuming it don't care, you don't stand a chance in your genre of being able to present a song, even if it's just from your inner being, present a song that says, well, here, listen to what my song says. You got to compete between all these other images that they're posting. These are all AI gospel songs. You see me scrolling because there's no end. Every time I get to the bottom, it puts in a bunch more. And it just goes on and on. How do you compete if you're a gospel songwriter? Afro gospel sound, AI. Let's see, best worship song. That AI, yes, this whole page is dedicated to AI. AI gospel music, English. Yes, I've got one song up that I did in English, and I had turned the software to Spanish. I'm looking for someone to say whether or not if the software is giving it an adequate sound. What is this? AI gospel music. Not sure what that image is, but look, they got The Rock and the president singing AI gospel. Oh, okay. With that, I'm going to get off this because now we're getting crazy. Yes, but that's where we are. That is where we are. Let's go back and find my page. Where's my page at? There we go. So I can be relative. I'm enjoying having these lives once a week. I often thought about, I don't get the kind of viewership that others get when they go live, but and I always look at the playlist, the live playlist over the weeks to see whether or not do I get the viewership after is the replay high, and most times if I get up to 300 viewers after the live, I'm satisfied. But then I'll go to another site and they've got 10,000 views, and I'm saying, okay, maybe what I'm presenting is not relative to today's musician. But I always want to be able to showcase the main page so that you can see that I'm not slacking in content creation, not just for the viewer requests, but actual content that helps to teach and to train. So I try to make sure that I keep a steady diet of videos coming up. I've scaled back from trying to do at least 60 to 70 videos a month, because I find that the more videos I put out there, the less viewership I get, because it's oversell. You can only watch but so much, and I don't expect people to stop their entire day just to watch videos of me. Sunlight is coming in here. I'll keep this light on. We're on the East Coast right now. I believe we're approaching almost 90 to 95 degrees every day. So I got an air conditioner, and you might hear it in the background running to sort of keep me cool in this room upstairs. But I am thankful for those who do tune in. We are being simulcast, I believe, on my Facebook page. I think I put that link in. If I didn't, forgive me. I always try to remember that I do have two audiences, the Facebook audience. I believe I have over 1,500 followers on my Facebook page I try to only let gospel musicians in, because that's the audience that I want to be pointing to. And as you can see here, we have on the book, should be 40,000 plus subscribers. Let me see, will it show up there? 40,600 subscribers. So we've got a good audience here for what I want to present on the channel. And I always try to reach the needs of the actual musician, which is why I have viewer requests. I believe we're over, or should be approaching 600 videos under viewer requests. Let me see, it should show me, there we go, viewer requests. Do I get a number there? Let me go to the playlist for viewer requests, and let's see how many have I been able to request, have I been able to answer. Let's see. There's a viewer request list at. These are all the different playlists I have that you can go into to see this specific. Let's see, gospel tutorials. Where's viewer request at? This alphabetical. There it is. 597 videos under viewer request. So I'm approaching. I know I was getting close to 600. Let me just. You should be able to see that. There it is. Under viewer request. That's 597 separate videos that I made to support the viewers who watch this channel. I don't know of any site that even has 10. So that's how conscientious I am in supporting musicians or supporting viewers that actually view me. That over these, and I believe I started the viewer requests in 2020. That's when I started. So you see that I am conscious of what I put out on this channel. I think someone made a statement once in one of the comments. This guy should have more subscribers than this for what he's doing. Yeah, I should, but I recognize and I accept the fact that I'm not the only, as they say, game in town. There are other content creators that have a larger audience than me because they're providing what that audience wants. As I say, I have a analytic that lets me know what the viewers to my channels, what other channels do they watch. And I look there and I go, okay, well, let me see what they're doing over there that I'm not doing over here. I'm sorry, my mouse is tricky on this computer. Trying to, okay, move it out the way. But I am thankful, so thankful that I do get those who come over here and listen to what I'm saying and offer requests also. So I'm looking at we're getting ready to close so that I can go and give me another snack. How long we've been on? Oh, wow, it's good time. I've done 5 hours on here. We've had about so many viewers asking questions. I believe we have 3 currently watching me. So I do want to again thank you all. Let's look at the comments so I can thank you as you came in. Jeff, 28 from Austria. Samuel, my namesake. Physics, ball art. And I believe you're the last commenter. No, 28, you're the last commenter. But again, thank you all who are watching. Those who were seeing the restream of this or the replay, thank you for watching. I'm trying to set up where Saturday will be my time to go live. Because according to my analytics, I have more viewers watching my channel on Saturday. But you couldn't tell that by looking at the live. So we're going to have to go look at that analytics once again, and see where did I miss out. Because I believe in the analytics, it gives me their viewpoint of what people are watching, how long they're watching it, what videos they like more. In fact, the analytics will always say you should do more of this type of video. It even offers me an AI suggestion, inspirational link that says you should do more videos like this because your viewers are asking for videos like this on the internet. Sometimes I pay attention to that. Sometimes I go, well, let me hear them directly, which is what you do in the comments. And I do have some viewers who have requested 20 or more requests. Sometimes I go, sometimes I wonder, is my breakdown not teaching you how to not keep asking me to break down the same type of song? Or is it just that you just like to hear me talk? I had one person leave a comment, you talk too much on your videos, get to the lesson. And I had to respond in a nice way that sometimes the person who is making the request needs a detailed information on how to get to learning the song. So I talk for those. I said the more skilled musician knows how to scroll past my talking. So, again, always want to be respectful of those who leave a comment because sometimes they help me. Now I'm more conscious on my videos. Stop talking so much, cut down the talk, and get right to the lesson. So, again, thank you all for spending some time with Sam Tolbert. We've shared some music. The AI is going to trigger me a notification that they heard songs played in the background. If it's not a strike, then I just let it be there. If they give me a stern enough warning that I know to have that portion of the video of this live stream muted so that I don't infringe on someone else's copyright, especially if I got my own music playing in the background. I do have a second channel that I have dedicated to AI songs. Let me see if I can bring up that channel. because I have to go into, there we go. Alrighty, we got it. That's my other channel, which I am dedicating to AI. There you go. Why? Because I'm paying attention to what's happening out there. I said, well, gee, I'm using the ability to create music without live singers. Why can't I have my own channel? So that's my second channel. It's called Samuel Tolbert. And as you can see, virtual choir music productions. I call it the VR choir, virtual choir. And I've been posting my stuff on there. Let's pull that up a little bit. And I probably loaded about 30 videos already. This is my VR virtual choir. These are all the ones for my shorts, because I load up the shorts because the algorithm will recognize the shorts before it recognizes the full videos. So you can see these are VR songs that I'm creating so that I can be an actual competitor from my standpoint. So those are all the songs that you've seen them, you've heard some of these songs on the main channel, the Sound of Joy channel. I'm bringing them over here to help support this channel. And there may be some songs that come here that you won't ever hear. But as you can see, I've got a roster too. These are what I've created, and you can see the views are comparable to what I get on the main channel. I think one song only got 1 view, an original song. I can't figure out, because that same song on the main channel got about 498 views. But this is YouTube. YouTube will push whatever it wants to push. And then some songs, I think one song has got over 600 views. Is that 1.2 views? Yeah, 1.2 thousand on the Yes Lord. That's the Kojic song. So I didn't even see that one get that high. But I think it was at 600 last time I saw it. So I know that they like the organ sound with an AI singer in the back. So I'm going to look at that now to go do some more songs with an organ. Sounds more like church. Let's see. They don't like my Riding Through the Bronx. That's an AI created song. Hip hop type song from the 90s. But I say, oh no, gospel rap song. East Coast rap. That was all created by AI. They don't like Iron Sharpens Iron. Again, YouTube will push songs based upon views. The more people view it, the more they'll push it out onto people's feeds. So as you can see, I'm in that arena. I'm in that arena also. Why? Because I'm watching what's happening. Let me get my stuff out there and let me get some views. I'm trying to build this channel. It only has 448 subscribers versus the 40,000 I have on this channel. And I'm willing to take the time to actually build this channel out. This is the main channel for teaching gospel tutorials and giving you an insight into production of songs and content creation. Why? Because I do want you to look at this as for those who are here live and those who are watching the replay, I want you to see that the avenue to doing this is broad. Anybody can get on with a camera, and then as you build your audience, you start to build your system. I'm looking at my M4 because OBS drives my M4 computer crazy to where it overheats. I actually heard the fans come on last week. So it's protected. So again, I want to thank you all for coming in, spending some time with me, letting me talk, as they say, conversation, and hearing your thoughts and your requests. We've covered everybody on the comments. So I say this once again, as I say to all, make a joyful noise every time you sit down to your instrument of choice, be it your vocal or your keyboard. Enjoy your Saturday and enjoy your services tomorrow wherever you may be. Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be blessed. Trying to click out on this. There we go. There we go.
Let praises ring to the mighty Lord, our King. Play with joy, play with might. Let the music shine so bright with the loud and glorious sound. Let His praises shake the ground. Play with joy, play with might. Let the music shine so bright with the loud and glorious sound. Let His praises shake the ground.